Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women. That is good. That is good.
Hello, welcome to Wahoo Warrior. This is game 2 of a 3-match tournament down in Kansas City, Missouri at Tabletop Game and Hobby, 2,500 points. My second opponent is going to be Skaven with a non-traditional tournament Skaven list. It's kind of interesting. I'll go over that in a minute. My opponent's been collecting and playing forever and ever. Super nice guy. I wanted to go back on my reflections about my Iron Drakes in the last game for a second. And, you know, they actually performed really well, considering the position that I put them in. If it wouldn't have been for those Dark Riders into the side, you know, I could have reformed this unit on the other side of where Hellbraun was. I would have done pretty good. I could have killed that Sorceress, which I think I did kill at the end of the game when I charged my Thunders in, but it don't matter. But I could have worked a lot of combat res on that other unit and killed some of the characters. But so I like the Iron Drakes. I'm going to see how they do in this next game. So my deployment from left to right, I've got my Slayers, who really don't have anything to do, just kind of guarding the side. I got my Vanguarding Helicopter over on the far left, hasn't Vanguarded yet. And then I've got my 23 Thunders with my one of my Runesmiths in here. And I'm kind of looking across the board, and I'm kind of dividing his army into two parts. One that the Thunders can handle, and one that the Iron Drakes need to take care of with the support of the Great Weapons. There's my Grudge Thrower back here. In game 1, the Grudge Thrower was horrible. Didn't hardly do anything. Even with the Rune of Accuracy, it seemed to drift off of everything, so I'm looking for it to kind of try to redeem itself. I'm not a big fan of the Rock Thrower, although on paper it looks like it should work real well. There's my Organ Gun entrenched next to the woods. I've got my Iron Drakes here in these woods, and I rolled them up in their poison thicket, which is great for me because I've got the Master Rune of Passage, so I automatically pass all dangerous terrain checks. And I've got my Great Weapon guys over here to the right. The deployment had the 18 inches between us and 9 inches on the side. So I've got them kind of canted to kind of bring them around the side, but that's as far as I could get over in the deployment zone. There is a rock formation up there that I can use to my advantage. So my opponent's got a Doom Wheel on the far left. He's got a unit of Slaves there in front of his Plague Claw Catapult, and he's got a unit of 10 Warplock Jezzails, which is something you don't see every day, and I actually had to find out from him what they do. Strength 6 shooting. Hey, that's pretty damn powerful. He's got a Warp Fire Thrower there next to the detachment of this big unit of rats. In the center, he's got a giant unit of Clan Rats with Hand Weapon Shield and a Grey Seer on the bell. He's got his BSB in that unit, and you know, it's quite a lot of Clan Rats, but I feel pretty confident with Hatred. If I can whittle them down, I can hold against them. I just need to remove that bell from play, and that's one of the rules questions we kind of had as far as cannonballs versus it, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then on the right, he's got a big unit of Plague Monks. There's a Plague Priest in there. He's got the 10 skirmishing, can never remember their name, Plague Monk guys in front of them. He's got a Poison Wind Mortar next to that, and then a smaller unit of Storm Vermin on his far left, my far right. I'm pretty confident my Longbeards can clean those up and get into the side of these Plague Monks. If I can get them locked up with the Iron Drakes in that Poison Woods, I should be able to do a lot of poison attacks against him. So this is before my Vanguards. I elected to deploy back and Vanguard my Iron Drakes just up a little bit to the 21-inch mark. So I believe I do win first turn here, but I didn't take very good pictures of the very first turn. So I do Vanguard a few things out. I start shooting, and first thing, Grudge Thrower misfires. Can't fire this turn or the next. So not a way to redeem yourself. Don't really take very many pictures of my first turn. You can see my Rangers over on the far right. Didn't really have anywhere good to put them. Figured I'd just keep them there in reserve. I did Vanguard my Iron Drakes up, and I decimated that unit of 10 skirmishers to get them out of the way. And everything else, I put 2 cannonballs into the Screaming Bell, and it he didn't get by his 4 board save. And we were playing where you randomize according to the Skaven book. I know there's maybe some different opinions on that. So on his turn, he moves up pretty rapidly. You can see my helicopter vanguarded behind that building and just kind of laying in wait, trying to protect him from those Giselles. His army's moving up pretty quickly, but I was able to plink off with my rifles and stuff some units out of the clan rats, and I plinked off that skirmish unit. So going to the dwarf second turn, I believe. I'm just moving. I'm not really moving anything. And it's still not second turn yet, but on his first phase, go back to that, I do eat his dreaded 13th, so that was nice. He does fire all kinds of Skaven things at me. The Giselles fire at these guys, the Poison Wind Mortar, and the Plague Claw Catapult, and all of his shooting there, he's able to kill off the 4 in the back row. Not too bad. I've had worse rounds. Iron Drakes take a few wounds from some other miscellaneous shooting, and look how close he is already. It's like, whoa. So my plan is to just kind of back up a couple inches and continue firing. Start putting that fire into the Plague Monks now, and have my other helicopter in standby. Over here is Doomwheel is just close enough to my helicopter, but I managed to miraculously not get killed thanks to some rolling by my opponent. And so then we're going to be going to Dwarf turn 2. I fly my helicopter over there to redirect those guys and to just throw down a flame template. I'm waiting on I don't even know where my other helicopter is over there by them storm vermin, throwing some flame templates down on them. Kind of popped over those rocks. So I'll kill as many as I can, and then sacrifice him in front of those plague monks. So the flame templates managed to kill off a couple back rows, get a few plague monks. I don't kill the Poison Wind Mortar. It makes his 4-up ward save from being within whatever the parent unit. But so yeah, his next turn, his Storm Vermin charged my Rangers, which is fine because they're going to be stubborn, 12 inches away, and it should put him in a position for a counter charge. His Plague monks and whatnot, they had independently tried to charge my Iron Drakes, and Rune of Slowness kept them from getting there. And then we didn't completely wheel that one unit around, but they're sideways, but they're going to kill that and then reform. So we didn't bother to completely turn it. But yeah, the Rune of Slowness was nice. I was able to get a stand and shoot off. I held on the skirmisher guys, and then I stand and shot against the Plague Monks, and was able to plink some more off. There's still a lot there though, and I'm gonna need some good shooting from my other stuff. His magic phase and shooting phase, I'm able to eat one of his other spells. He does get one spell off that. Oh man, I forget what it does, but he killed a few of the Thunders with that. So yeah, I'm getting thin. I mean, I didn't start with very many, and I'm not losing that many casualties, but I didn't start with that many, so it's getting a little thin pretty quick, considering that big horde of guys that are across from him. He rang his bell, and he killed almost all my war machines when he rolled an 11. He put 2 wounds on those 2, put 1 wound on the Grudge Thrower, and did 3 wounds on the other cannon. So yeah, that was a good roll of the bell. All toughness 7 and above takes D3 wounds. Boom. These guys get shot by the Giselles, the Slayers, I mean, and whatever. They really don't have anything to do this battle, so they are down to the unit champion. Here's just a couple more pictures of some of the damage that he's been doing with his magic and shooting. And yeah, so over here on the right, my rangers are down to 1 man, but that's fine because they're still within range of being stubborn. He did lose one of his little skirmishers because his plague mortar misfired, and I was able to place it on his guys and kill a few of his plague monks and him. And then my shooting phase, I'm able to start laying into these guys full force.
60! We dropped at least 60, wouldn't you say?
Well, that leaves only 3,940.
Yeah, so still a lot to go, but yeah, whittling them down pretty quick. I believe I gave him an organ gun shot and the thunders this turn, just because I knew I could redirect the plague monks, which is what I'm doing. I threw the gyrocopter in their way, and I gave them a flame template. I do believe my grudge thrower finally hit. Was able to kill some stuff, and there's a crazy blurry picture that I'm sure of. Yeah, so I didn't charge the storm vermin because the angle was really weird, and I wanted to make sure I got those. That was on my last turn. I just figured I'd just wait for them because I will beat them. And I'm gonna kind of set up right where I want him. He does charge the thunders with the depleted clan rat unit, and that bell I've hit it with a minimum of 4 cannonballs and was unable to kill it with the 4 aboard save. Well, actually, 1 got through, and I did like 3 wounds. So out of I think 5 cannonballs. So boo! Here he comes. He's into here. I figured that I'll still be able to beat those guys. I moved my BSB out of my Iron Drakes on the turn before. I wanted to make sure that when he did charge me, my BSB was keeping everybody stubborn. Now he had to charge his little doohickey guy at somebody, so he charged him at the Longbeards, and then he charged his plague monks into the helicopter. So if the helicopter holds, because it's going to be stubborn, then I'm going to have his flank. You can tell he's really wailed on me with even more shooting and magic, but I took a wound from that flaming whatchamacallit, went over the top of the Iron Drakes. But yeah, that's what it's going to look like. If the helicopter holds, I'm going to destroy that unit. I'm going to get into the side. I'll have the flank. I'll probably break their frenzy. Well, I don't know about destroy. There's a lot of them, but I got a pretty good chance. Here's his. He pops an assassin out here to try to take on my runesmith, and so I'm pretty confident about this. I was just worried about the impact hits. Otherwise, I'm going to outclass him. I have hatred as well, so first round of combat, and my helicopter. I'm not too worried about it. His plague priest whiffs with his attacks, and the plague monks have a lot of attacks, but they're only strength 3, and I'm toughness 5, with a 4-up armor save. So that's a lot of dinking on metal, but not really any damage. So at the end of the combat on the left, he kills like 3 of the thunders. I'm able to kill a bunch of his guys. My runesmith, his Skaven assassin, didn't do anything to him. And this is where they come around and tell us we're out of time. Can't start another turn. So what? Because I'm ready to clean house. Yeah, one more turn, and I got the charge here into the side of them. I got my Longbeards to either charge the plague monks or the storm vermin, finish them off. So it's like, oh man. So when we tally it all up, there's no points for what you would have done if you would have went to turn 5 or turn 6. It's just what it is. So it's those wonky battle point things, but they're completely different than the last one. I don't have the list in front of me for that, but I got some points. My general didn't die. You had to eat a magic brownie and roll on a dice for one of your core units, and mine was no effect. His was, it gave his clan rats +1 strength, but that unit survived, so I was able to get some of those wonky points from that. I don't have the list, so I don't remember all of the things. But he ended up with a win because it ended, and wasn't able to finish off some of his stuff, because you got up to like 3, 4, 5, depending on how many points you won. So it's a loss. A loss is a loss, but in my heart, I'm going to count this one as pretty much like a win. That stupid Bell would not die. I kept his magic. I ate two of his powerful spells. I was pretty happy with that. The Iron Dregs, man, they take a lot of they get a lot of attention from everything on the board, and they're pretty stout and resolute guys. I really like the Iron Drakes. I think I'm going to start, because one of the things after the end of this report, it's like, really, we're done on turn 4 again, and I don't know what it is. If it's I don't have a magic phase. I hardly move. Me and my opponent we were jib-jabbering quite a bit in the beginning, but still, it's like, wow, how's this going so slow? And I may just end up taking a different list, even if I could practice with this and then make it very successful. It's kind of boring. So I'm thinking about maybe a more of a combat list. Keep the Iron Drakes, at least in some portion. They're a very, very powerful unit. They're basically they're Iron Breakers with a shooting attack at strength 5. So keep them, an organ gun and a cannon or 2, and then turn the rest of the guys into some maybe beefier combat blocks. Maybe with some Vanguard, maybe without. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it. But at the end of this one, I wasn't mad at my dwarves. They took a crap ton of shooting and magic, and they were still viable enough. They gave as much as they got, and were able to whittle the opponents down to the point where I could win these fingernail combats. I still have my 20 Longbeards ready to get in the action. So that's the end of match 2 down at Kansas City, and another interesting test for the dwarves. So I got one more battle report to put up. Thank you for watching. Any of your comments and questions or anything that you want to post, feel free to do so. I look forward to it. I actually enjoy them. I miss things when I do my battle reports sometimes, and it helps me help you. And thanks for watching.